Welcome to CUDA.com and the game of the week. We're back at Boys Latin School where the number 1 ranked Boys Latin Lakers are taking on the number 12 ranked Culver Academy squad. I'm Booker Corrigan, joined by Inside Lacrosse writer Ty Zanders. Ty, tell us how these two teams have been doing this season.
Booker, Culver is an emerging program from the Midwest. Coach Posner doing a very good job assembling strong schedules and Canadian talent. Looking forward to seeing this squad so far. They're 2-0, beating Episcopal Academy from Philly and Calverton School from South Maryland.
And now let's talk specifically about some of the players we're going to need to keep an eye on today for Culver.
Zach Currier is a throwback two-way midi, excellent shooter from Canada, going to Princeton. Joel Tinney will be alongside him in the midfield. He's headed to Hopkins in 2 years. He will run by you or run over you. Very special midfielder.
And for the Boys Latin Lakers today, always it's Heacock and Shaq Stanwyck, and then Colin Chell's been playing real well on attack. That midfield group, they run about 8 or 9 guys deep. Defensively, look out for Big Tom Brown, Mac the Knife Pons, and then those 2 goaltenders doing a great job for the Lakers this year, Christian Knight and Colby Kaplan. We'll be back with the opening face-off on CUDA.com, the game of the week. And we are set to go. Goalies shake hands, and we are ready to go on CUDA.com.
Christian Knight for the Lakers.
Christian Knight getting the start today. Boys Latin going back and forth with their starting goaltenders because you have 2 good goalies. Coach Shriver knows how to manage those scenarios. In the cage for Culver, Michael Calvello, the junior who's done a nice job for the Eagles. Eagles in their road maroons, Boys Latin home whites, and we're underway. Ground ball picked up and scooped by Hunter Moreland, and he gets it over to Christian Knight. And Michael Lynch coming out of the box. A little substitution advantage for the Lakers right there, but they're going to settle things down, get their subs in. Thanks for making CUDA.com part of your sports viewing day. Casey Reese and Ben Pridemore round out that first midfield with Michael Lynch.
Expected to be a huge battle in the midfield. Culver has a few guys who can really sling it, but can also play pretty tough defense. Same goes for BL.
Heacock left side shares with Stanwyck. Stanwyck has his man hung up momentarily, but good defensive recovery by Austin Spencer, the senior from Illinois. Heacock behind the cage, comes around, backed up. Stanwyck, backed up by Heacock. Heacock up to Pridemore, shot over the cage. 10:32 to go, first quarter. First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Check out their top prospect camp. Here's Pridemore shot, great save on the inside. And Calvello answers the offering by Pridemore.
Routine ground ball there by Matt Neufeld. He's a junior LSM, headed to Maryland. Expect to see a few more ground balls from him. He is a goblin when the ball's in the ground. Very impressive player. Top 50 player from inside lacrosse.
Culver first offensive possession. Zach Currier, number 15, headed to Princeton. We got 3 guys on this Culver squad. Here's Pierre Byrne. Left side, Riley Thompson comes around, gets it up to Byrne, and Byrne shares it with Bogle. Little 3-man weave, top side, Pierre Byrne, shot save, Christian Knight. Knight quickly to Pons, and now it's going to be in the stick of Brown. Brown feathers a pass. And BL has the clear that they wanted. Keegan O'Connor coming out with that one. And again, there's that long stick midi Neufeld Ty Xander's already addressed his skills and potential.
This is a Culver team that if they're vulnerable anywhere, it's on defense. Austin Spencer's a very talented defenseman, but taking on the likes of an offense that yields weapons like Stanwick and Heacock, that's no easy assignment. So his hands are full for sure.
Here's Stanwick up to O'Connor. Heacock pushes it behind to T. Moyer. And T. Moyer has his defender. Moyer comes around the cage. Little hitch move. Nifty behind the back pass. And with that, T. Moyer gets an assist on my victory in the race to Nifty. 8:02 to go first quarter. CUDA.com bringing you another great high school lacrosse event. Heacock shot, nice save on the back, reaching back to get it, Calvello. Austin Spencer has it for the Eagles. Nice diagonal pass, here's Pierre Byrne with a step. Pulls it out, has Keegan O'Connor coming backside. Possesses.
Culver will need to cash in on the transition opportunities. They have some guys that can really run, can shoot, and BL, when they're unsettled on defense, really when any team's unsettled on defense, you can get those chances in because they're very good when everything's settled and Christian Knight is yelling out commands.
And again, that's a direct reflection of the great coaching of Steve Dubin, the longtime associate head coach here at Boys Latin. Left-handed drive, inside feed, ball checked to the ground. Bogle could not handle it. And now it's back with Coulter. Coulter and Bogle share up top. And this is Joel Tinney. Tinney, the Hopkins commit. And Ty, tell us a little bit about some of the guys on this squad like Tinney who have committed to high-level D1 programs.
Tinney, quite frankly, maybe the most impressive Canadian high school player I've seen in my time covering the sport. Just a phenomenal talent, played for the U19 Canadian team this summer along with Zach Courier, who's also one of the top 5 midfielders in the country, in my opinion. People love him, and I'm sure Chris Bates will be licking his lips later watching this game, waiting to get Courier on campus. He is a talent.
Defensively, Moscow swings it all the way to Ben Pridemore. We had a timer on scenario there, no big deal. Lakers collapsed defensively well, and now they get the clear. 0-0 your score. Boys Latin home white, Culver Academy in their road maroons. First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Make sure you check out their top prospect camp. Just do an easy Google search for Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse in Baltimore, Maryland. They also run an amazing Crab Feast tournament. All the best talented club teams make it every year. Lynch swings it behind. Here's Heacock. Shot rings iron. Looking for the quick restart right here, but 2 balls on the field is going to slow that down.
I'm sure Calvello felt pretty good when that ball went off the pipe. He's a pretty tough keeper, headed to Furman next year. Did not have the greatest of games last year against the Lakers, and you can bet that he wants to have a huge performance here to pull the upset for the number 12 Eagles.
Matt Neufeld, left-handed, inside, down low, shot, goal! And Culver leads it. Goal by Dawson McKenzie. Great transition play. Ty, you hit the nail on the head. Push the transition, capitalize on opportunities.
I feel pretty good about that one. And once again, a Canadian denting the nets. That's Dawson McKenzie, a sophomore, headed to Princeton. One of those early verbals.
The sophomore, Dawson McKenzie. Ty Xanders and Booker Corrigan bringing you the call from J. Duncan Smith Field. 4:33 to go first quarter. Culver up 1-0 on the Lakers. Face-off win by Brian Lichtenauer. Gets it down to Stanwyck. Stanwyck hitches once, pulls it behind. Stanwyck guarded by a short stick right now, but slides eager for that Culver defense. Culver coach John Post are doing such a great job developing this program, getting it to the next level.
And if you want to be a premier program, you have to play the very best teams in the country, even if that means, racking up the frequent flyer miles, which they've done. A few years ago, they'd played teams, JV teams. And right now, they're a team that people really want to knock off.
Behind the back shot by T. Moyer,
Goalie
backed
ball.
up
Culver
by
ball to clear.
Michael Calvello in the cage, doing a great job right now for Culver. Austin Spencer brings it and gets it to Calvello, and now it's Alec Johnston. Coming out of the box, Joel Tinney, and this guy's got wheels. Left side, just a bit outside.
And as a defenseman, you need to have a stick on his hand at all times. When he gets his hands free, it's turn and rake.
Riley Thompson has it behind. Now it's up top with Pierre Byrne. Pierre Byrne obviously headed to Notre Dame, where his father, Jerry Byrne, great defensive coach out there for the Fighting Irish.
One of my favorite people in lacrosse, too. Great guy.
Burnsy is just solid gold. He's like Ovaltine. It's gold. I'm telling you, it's gold, Jerry. Gold.
You can watch Pierre and sort of see that lacrosse IQ. I'm sure that's has to do with many hours of film with Jerry.
Culver again running that patient offense right now. And you can see the respect that BL has for Pierre Byrne as they give him the long stick. Ball checked by Leeds. Loose ball flipped into the air, corralled by Knight. Knight gets it quickly to Gasaldi. And here come the Lakers in transition. Tal Bruno trailing the play. And here is Tal Bruno. And Stanwyck with the good backup. Stanwyck drives lefty, head up the whole way. Quick slide by Culver. 1:41 to go first quarter. Stanwyck loses a shoe. I'll tell you, this Baltimore area was 4 or 5 inches deep in snow yesterday.
A little bit of uncertainty as to where this game would be played. Some said Little University, some said the BL Top Field, but we're here in the friendly confines of J. Duncan Smith Field, my favorite place to cover a game.
Substitution advantage. And Colin Chell picks that one up. Here's Heacock behind the cage. Again, nice defensive positioning. David Diltz, number 5, doing a great job so far for Culver Academy. Shot, what a save on the inside. Calvello, feeling it right now, Ty.
Showing his athleticism. Very impressive save by the Furman-bound junior.
Inside a minute left here in the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Diltz carries it all the way over. Pass a little too low for Dawson
Pass out of
McKenzie.
bounds. Laker ball to clear. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter.
If you're Culver, you don't want those turnovers like that, but you got to feel good about the play of Calvello.
Calvello's really stepped up so far this afternoon. 30 seconds left, first quarter. And this is Pridemore. Has the room to make it. Now gets knocked to the turf. And 2 fouls now coming.
Couple
Ball
of flags
scooped
on the
up.
play there. It's a
This
little
first
much.
man up brought to you by RipNet, the social media platform for goal scorers who want to take their game to the next level. Check out rip.net and sign up today for your iPhone or Android system. It is completely free. You can follow teammates, friends, club players, opponents. Check out RipNet. It is a great way to become a better scorer.
First flag, technical violation, push with possession. Second flag, a high hit, which is a 1-minute penalty, and the full serve sign was given. Lakers will be 2-man advantage here for 18 seconds. Correction, 1 man.
And the Lakers are going to be content to run out this first quarter. First quarter brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Check out their top prospect camp and become a part of what is going to be
That's the
a
end of the
great
first quarter.
recruiting
Culver
opportunity.
Military Academy leading Lakers 1-0.
Rising 8th graders and
Boys Latin will
rising
start
9th
the
graders
second
get
quarter
to
man
top
up,
prospect
1-man
camp for the
advantage.
Baltimore Crabs.